Because it's so early.
It's so early. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Hello. Greetings.
Good morning. How is everyone doing?
It's
everyone
Thursday.
Okay?
Whew, thank you.
We got a lot
Lord.
to pack into today's show, you guys. A lot to pack in.
So much.
But first, want to mention quickly that now is a fantastic time to get your grill on. It's summer. Hello. And if you get your food from omahasteaks.com, you are in for delicious tasting yumminess no matter what product you get. And right now they've got this special where it's the All-American Assortment. And the All-American Assortment, I don't even want to forget what it includes. I want to tell everybody what it includes. We're talking filet mignons, pork chops, boneless chicken breasts, jumbo franks, au gratin potatoes, the apple tartlets for dessert,
my favorite.
The seasoning, the special Omaha steak seasoning. You always get that with every order. And then if you get that All-American Assortment, they're going to throw in 8 free burgers on top of that. So that is quite a feast that you're going to have with that All-American Assortment. It's going to last you a good long time. And you're going to know that you're not having to worry about like shortages in your grocery store. You've got everything that you need from omahasteaks.com. And in order to get in on that 8 free steak burger special, you just need to type keyword chicks into the search bar. Okay. So when you go to omahasteaks.com, there's like a keyword search or whatever. That's where you type code chicks and it'll take you right to that special, the All-American Assortment special. And you know what I've been doing? I didn't even realize I could do this until recently. I don't know what my problem is. With the caramel apple tartlets, I was putting them in the oven. Right. And so I was kind of saving them for like special weekend times.
Why would you do that?
Well, I don't know because I'm a moron.
Yeah, you don't save
but
things.
What I just realized is that you can microwave them for 70 seconds and they're perfect. And so now I've been eating a lot of them.
This is the this is the thing. This is the thing. You don't save things. You don't. This is why people they're like, I have fine china and I save it. No, you eat off fine china every day. And you eat the tartlets every day. This is what you do. Why would you save them? What's wrong with you?
Big mistake.
Huge,
now I
huge.
know.
Yeah.
Now I know. And so you can find out how delicious they are too. It's omahasteaks.com. Type chicks in the keyword search and just get yourself to some eating, you guys.
And you guys, make sure that you check out our deep dive from this week. We talked about the rise and fall of Abercrombie and Fitch white hats.
It was good. Our deep dive this week is really, really good.
Did you listen to it?
I haven't re-listened to it. I just remember thinking right after we recorded it, I was like, that was good.
Yeah, so we did. We dove deep into the documentary. It was a pretty good documentary, but our take on it is probably different than a lot of people. You should check it out. Our deep dive, we do it every single week. And next week, I believe we're talking to Carrie Lake.
We are indeed talking to Carrie Lake. So you're definitely not going to want to miss that. And you can get them wherever podcasts are found. Whatever platform you want to get your podcast from, you just hit subscribe on that platform and you can listen. And they're always the episodes that are numbered. Okay. The deep dives are numbered epissodes. So that will help you sort that out. By the way, my name today is because It's because Tucker Carlson opened his show in the most hilarious fashion last night. And that is why my name is what it is today. Look at this, you guys.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson. When we say good evening, we mean it. And tonight we want to send a special, as they say on talk radio, shout out to our most loyal and faithful viewers. We love you. We appreciate you. In fact, we think of you as all little tacos. And your children as taquitos. And not just tacos and taquitos, but also enchiladas and chalupas and everything else in the Taco Bell menu. That's how we think of you.
I love the dude. Did you hear the dude in the background? The dude in the background was like dying. You know, it's probably like his producer. He was dying. Oh my God, I love that.
And notice, please, that he did not have to threaten to cut off a finger during that segment. So
no, he
just
didn't.
FYI.
No, he didn't have. He'd have to do any of that. There was no butcher knife anywhere to be found. Anywhere.
Not a place to find them. So anyway, I thought that would be an interesting way to open the show. Also, I'd like to share my screen really quickly with everybody because Elon Musk, once again, just is. It was hilarious. I need to show you.
You are in love. You want to have steaks with him, don't you?
I want to have steaks with him. I appreciate his humor.
I want to have steaks with them because I bet.
Well, I mean, he'd buy, so that'd be good.
They would. That's true. That's true.
I know this is going to be way too small to read, but you can see the picture, and that's kind of the crux, and I'll read you the rest. So Elon Musk tweeted out this picture. It says Hunter Biden every time he buys crack and hookers, right? And he's got like all the camera gear. And so Elon's caption with it said A+ for cinematography. Well, Stephanie Rule from MSNBC was very, very mad about this.
So mad.
So she responded, imagine the positive impact you could have on the world if you used the extraordinary amount of influence and power you have to spread decency, kindness, and positivity. And Elon's response to her was, imagine if MSNBC did that.
Oh my God. I died.
I mean, I just could not. Oh my God.
Like, sit down, Stephanie. Just sit down. God.
It was too good.
And that's the greatest. That was really great. The guy with all the cameras. It really is. That is a perfect depiction of Hunter with all of his crack and hookers. God,
man,
that guy
records everything. And again, I would just point out, because I wrote about this at our website at chicksontheright.com yesterday, why Trump is picking a fight with Elon Musk. I will never understand this. I don't know why he thinks this helps anything. Oh my God, just stop, Trump, stop.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, he's been relatively quiet. And to pick this, like, why would you do that? Because a lot of us really.
This is the drama that I'm talking about. This is the and people are like, the media tore him down. No, this is an example of Trump hurting himself for no reason. Nobody's making him do this, okay? But he does it to himself, and this is the kind of stuff that makes me crazy. But I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to get everybody all riled up and mad. So I'm not going to talk about that.
They're going to get riled up. They're going to get totally riled up. I'm leaving, chicks. I'm leaving. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I know, we see.
All right.
We see you. It's fine. Cheers. Whatever. God. I can't today. Today's not the day. It's not.
Today is not the day. Man, we had a day yesterday. So thank you, Andrea. Thank you very much for that super sticker. Okay, so the big story of the day is this whole 10-year-old rape victim from Ohio, and that story continuously evolving, right? I have been very, very like joink on Twitter for the past several days about it, because I've just been so frustrated with how bad Indy Star and their reporter have been about owning their story, owning their coverage, and reporting all the facts. And so naturally, because their original reporting was so absolutely terrible, and it clearly had a political agenda attached to it, and they wanted to politicize this 10-year-old girl's rape in the most disgusting way possible. Now, there were tons of questions about the veracity of the article, which is natural because it was written so poorly. And so there's been a lot of questions.
It was investigated. And you see reported. They didn't put any facts in there. They put like maybe a couple in there, but then they left so much out, which left a lot of us asking, wait, there's so much more to this. So can you put it? And it took weeks, you guys. It took weeks for them to finally get, and we're still asking questions. That's what's so maddening about this. There's still unanswered questions.
A lot of them.
Yes, precisely.
Well, and so what they didn't report, and obviously this raises huge red flags, is the fact that the rapist is an illegal immigrant, okay, from Guatemala. And he's already confessed to doing this, all right? And the other remaining question, I mean, the number one question is, why did they leave such a huge detail out? But the second question is because the Ohio Attorney General still insists that 10-year-old did not have to leave Ohio in order to get the abortion she was seeking, because it would obviously have been a huge health risk for her to have a baby. That is still a question. Why did she cross into Indiana? We don't know, because the Indianapolis Star does shoddy reporting. So yesterday, all these people were gloating, which is also disgusting. They were gloating like, see, a 10-year-old really was raped. Well, no one gave a crap about that in the original article. In fact, the word rape was never mentioned in that article. They only wanted to talk, oh, look, she couldn't get an abortion super easily. She had to drive 3 hours. Okay, that was what they wanted to focus on. They never wanted to focus on the crime. And that is vile. So all these people on Twitter are gloating like, see, it's real. If you thought it was a hoax, you should apologize. So I did. I apologized to the Star and to the reporter for thinking it was a hoax story. But I do not apologize for any of the other criticism, none of it, because it is all warranted. They did a craptacular job of reporting this, and it is their fault that there are all these remaining questions. It's their fault.
Yeah, that's exactly true. There are still a lot of remaining questions, and at no time did any of those people give half a crap about this little girl.
Never.
If they gave a crap about the little girl, they would have reported the entire story, and they would have talked about all of the angles to the story, and it would have been more than just, oh my God, she has no options and she can't get an abortion here in Ohio. Well, actually, because of the heartbeat law, don't they have a heartbeat law there? That's what I've heard. At least, like I said, there are more questions, and from what I've heard now, people are saying there's a heartbeat law. She could have been taken care of there in Ohio. And so there are questions. So why did she come to Indiana? And I still don't have the answer to that question. All of us are waiting for the answer to that question. It hasn't been answered because journalists suck.
Exactly.
This is the thing.
That's exactly right.
This is the problem. And a bigger problem, the biggest problem here, well, besides the fact that this horrible thing happened, is that, journalists can't do their job. And they use this little girl for an agenda. And this whole thing was centered around activism. They used this little girl because of activism, and that's gross. It is
gross, and that's on the doctor too, because the doctor is who brought the story out, and she has a clear agenda, right? Which is why that whole article only focused on the abortion aspect and not at all about the crime that had been committed. They didn't give a crap about the crime.
Right.
They only cared about the abortion, hoping that they could use this poor girl's rape to get more people to get abortions. Think about how sick and twisted that is.
So when freaked up. Exactly. So when everybody says, "Oh, well, I just care so much about this girl," no, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't give two craps about this girl. You don't. You care about the activism. So quit pretending that you care about this little girl.
Exactly.
I mean, stop it. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay, quick reminder before, because there was a lot going on in the Senate too, with hearings about abortion, and the audio that I have for you, people are crazy. But before we get to that, I want to just remind everybody that huge discounts, huger than I even realized, are happening at genucel.com/chicks. 65%, and I know we've told you this, 65% off of their most popular packages at genucel.com/chicks. But you get also 20% off when you use code chicks at checkout. 20% on top of that. So it's massive, massive discounts. And then on top of that, they throw in the dark spot corrector, right? They throw that in on top of all those discounts. And
that stuff works.
My gosh.
Yeah.
And I just want to read you a testimonial. There's a testimonial from Samantha. She's from California. And she says, love Genucel plant stem cell therapy, which is thebomb.com. Have used it all over my face, under my eyes, and it cleared up the dry flakiness and even reduced my forehead lines. Someone even asked if I had surgery or procedures done. Nope. Just Genucel by Chamonix. Thank you. That is from Samantha. The stuff works, you guys. Everybody that tries it ends up loving it. Everyone I know who tries it ends up loving it. So I don't know why you wouldn't try it. I don't know.
Awesome stuff, you guys. The best.
And I know this, we're like heavy overloading you with like sponsor names right now, but you guys, the most exciting thing has happened ever. Look at my shirt. So first of all, I know people have noticed this shirt before. This is from Grateful American Apparel. And what you need to know about Grateful American Apparel is that they are completely dedicated to helping veterans, military veterans. And when I say, I'm talking like the bulk of their proceeds go to organizations that are dedicated, charities that are dedicated to helping veterans. Every last one of their t-shirts and other clothing, 100% made right here in the United States. And what's even better about this amazing, extraordinary company, and you could read all about them on their website, gratefulamericanaparel.com, is that the owner, Brian, who is as precious as they
Oh my
come,
God, we love him. We love him.
as
yes.
precious as they come.
Yeah.
He is manufacturing, he is putting together our Camptono meet and greet t-shirts. And when we show you the design,
oh my God.
oh my God.
So excited.
Now the design is from our producer's boyfriend, who is a fantastic graphic designer. But Brian at Grateful American Apparel is producing the t-shirts for people. And they're going to be available on that website, gratefulamericanaparel.com. They're going to be available for purchase on Monday. Okay.
Right.
Monday.
The 18th. Monday the 18th.
And we'll remind you, but the point is you're going to love not only that t-shirt for our meet and greet that's happening in September, but also all of their other clothing, and everything you buy, you're going to know that you are helping our military vets. And that feels good. I got to say, it feels really good. So
you guys,
gratefulamericanaparel.com.
The design is so great, you guys. You're going to love it. So fun.
We're so excited to share it.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to this whole abortion hullabaloo. So there's been hearings going on in the Senate, and the Democrats have pulled in witnesses, or whatever you call them. I don't even know what you call them when it's not like a trial, but it's like they're just having people come and give testimony. So the Democrats are pulling in absolutely rabid, insane abortion enthusiasts. I don't even know how else to describe them except to call them that.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to call. Yeah, I think enthusiast which is gross. Abortion enthusiasts, but that's precisely what they are, Moth. I think that's the perfect way to describe them. Which, can you imagine being like, I'm an abortion enthusiast?
Oh my God.
I love abortion.
Well, and we'll kick it off by playing an exchange first with one of the committee members asking, after some line of questioning, asking one of these enthusiasts. So let me just get this straight. From what I can gather from your testimony, you have no problem with infanticide. Is that correct? And as we saw yesterday, because we played some videos yesterday of that one chick from Berkeley, the law professor, could not answer a straight question. Same thing with this. Just look at this.
I assume you agree with infanticide, the killing of a child, a perfectly healthy child at birth?
Oh my God.
I don't accept the basis of that question, but I do believe abortion is health care.
I'm talking about, do you agree? I know, I get that, but do you agree? I mean, do you support infanticide, killing a child after he's born?
I do not agree with the basis of that question,
What's
but
the
I
basis?
do believe that abortion is health care.
Okay, so I'll take that as a yes, you do agree.
This is the thing. But this is the thing. You can't, when you ask somebody who believes in abortion, okay, so what's the cutoff? What is the cutoff for you? This is when they clam up. They can't, they shut down. They want to like stop having a conversation with you. They can't have the conversation anymore because they can't draw that line. You know what I mean? They can't. And then they start calling you like a religious zealot, and they start calling you names, and it's like, it just completely breaks down from there because they can't draw a line. They can't do it. And so so ask them, if you have somebody in your life who is an abortion enthusiast or whatever, or who says to you, abortion is healthcare, okay, what's the line for you? When is it okay or not okay for you to actually terminate that pregnancy, or when is it okay to kill that kid? When is it okay to not kill that kid? Tell me
they'll deflect and they'll just say, that is up to the woman and her doctor. That's all they'll ever say.
But when is it okay for you personally? When is it okay for you? Like, try to see if you can actually get that person to answer the freaking question. And they won't do it. It's like these broads won't do it. They won't do it. It's like that law professor who's supposed to be super smart, Berkeley smart. She won't do it. She won't answer the question because they think it's okay to just kill a kid when the kid's coming out of the vagina. They think it's fine. You know what I mean? They're just like, it's fine. Totally.
Well, and it's worse than fine. It's the way that and you're going to see a couple of videos that are all super fast, but a couple of videos about the way that these women talk about abortion is freaking sick. You guys, look at this one.
Abortion is liberation.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of good that comes from people's ability to access abortion, and I want to celebrate that.
And that's exactly right. They want to celebrate it. What in the world?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. And that's like, I fought with a family member about this yesterday. And I tried to say to her, I was like, listen, conservatives will meet people who are on the other side of this halfway. I think on a lot of points, right? On a lot of things when it comes to rape and incest and things like that. I think that there are some conservatives, a lot of conservatives who are willing to sit at that table and have the conversations. But then when chicks say stuff like that, I'm just like, I don't want to sit at a table with a crazy whack job like that. I can't sit at a table. Extreme. Right. It's hard for me to sit at a table with somebody who's just like, it's liberation. What kind of crazy... What?
It gets so much worse. It gets so much worse. And by the way, you're right when you say that there's plenty of conservatives who at least want to have the discussion. That's what we wrote about in the Washington Times. We did an op-ed last week or the week before. I can't remember when it was published, but our whole op-ed, the point of it is the extremes are too extreme. And we need to be focused on the people who are actually willing to come to the table, which is the majority of Americans who believe some restrictions. Obviously, you don't want people aborting pregnancies in their third trimester, their second trimester. That's freaking whack. And I don't want abortions at all, but I'm at least willing to come to the table and say, okay, yes, let's carve out some exceptions. Let's try to reduce the number of abortions that are happening later and later and later by as much as we can, because we're never going to eliminate them. I know people want that. I get it. We're never going to do that. And so to me, it just makes sense to have some areas of compromise on this issue, since we know they will never be completely gone forever. And the extremes are not willing to have that conversation. It's freaking crazy. Yeah. But today we're focused on the ones on the left. And so here's that same woman who couldn't answer the earlier question. Here she is giving her little testimony about what abortion means to her.
These restrictions are intended to do is try and stop people from having abortions, but abortion is healthcare. My abortion was the best decision I ever made. It was an act of self-love, and I'm here today to make sure that everybody who currently needs an abortion, who has had an abortion or will need an abortion, is not alone, no matter what the state tries to force upon us.
So there's that.
Okay.
And then the last one,
self-love. Okay.
But it's not even just self-love, because take it from this chick, it's far more than that.
Abortion is normal. It is an act of love, and it is fundamentally healthcare.
It's an act of love.
I wonder what kind of doctor she is. Did you see her? She was a doctor.
Oh my God.
That's terrifying. Seriously, what kind of doctor is she? If she's a medical doctor, stay the hell away from her.
And how do you say something like that?
Right.
Like, it's one thing to be pro-choice, but to then take it to that extreme. What is wrong with those people?
Yeah, a lot is wrong.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this relates back to tangentially the whole idea of being a woman, right? And we've had this conversation for weeks now too, because I know Matt Walsh did his documentary about what is a woman, and we had Ketanji Brown Jackson, who could not answer that question when she was going through her confirmation hearings, and now we're having the same issue with a woman, by the way, who's in charge, who's at the tippy top of a woman's organization. So you would think, being in charge of a women's organization, she would be able to answer the question, but you would be wrong. Watch.
This year, our newest Supreme Court Justice, Ketanji Brown Jackson, was asked what a woman is, and she had a difficult time defining that. Since you are the president of the National Women's Law Center, I was hoping that you could define what a woman is for us in this committee hearing.
Well, as the president of the National Women's Law Center, you can imagine I say woman a lot in my day job.
Okay, so I'm just asking for the definition.
So what I'll tell you is I am a woman. That's how I identify.
Okay.
But I wonder, however, if in part the reason that you're asking a question is that you're trying to suggest that people who
I am
don't
simply asking
identify
the
as
question,
women
and I
can't
simply
be
want an
pregnant.
answer.
And so I think it's actually really important to be very clear here that there are people who identify as non-binary. I think about 5% of young
We're not going to go there. I was hoping maybe you would. I was hoping that maybe you would say something that maybe we learned in high school biology that has to do with X and Y chromosomes, but which define male and female. But I guess we're not going to get there.
I mean, it's just
Why?
everything is
Why
so
is
dumb.
I know. Why is this so effing hard now? Why is this so hard? It's like, man, why is this hard? I don't understand. And it's like, liberals, that's why. It's like they have just, they have made everything so stupid. It's just so stupid. And like, they have to understand that there are people in the country, normal, rational people that are looking at them going, you've made everything dumb. And like, people are making fun of you for being stupid. Right?
I would hope so. I would hope so.
And that is, they really are a representation of what the Democrat Party has become. Just a complete caricature of themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Their ridiculousness to the nth degree. I mean, they're just so stupid. And it's like regular everyday people don't talk like that. They don't. They don't talk like that. If you ask a regular person what is a woman, they're going to tell you what a freaking woman is. They're not going to be like, well, I mean, 5% of people are non-binary. And no, that's not how people talk, you know, because they are normal people who go to their jobs and do what they do and like live their lives. And they just don't, that is not how they function in society. That's not how they do it. These people live in a whole different world and it's batshit crazy.
It
Period.
is batshit crazy. Speaking of batshit crazy, Kamala had herself another word salad day. You ready for this one?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's a small issue, it's a big issue. You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
Can you play that again? Can you?
I can.
I took migraine meds this morning. I was like, okay. I gotta. Okay.
Maybe it's a small issue, it's a big issue. You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
You got to get to go where you get to go.
Okay,
Go.
you know that guy. You know, they need to set that to like the auto. What is it? The auto tuning and have it make it be a song. You know.
Superfan Sid can do it.
Can he do that? You did that song that you played for us that one time. I know that guy's a giant lib. That one guy that does that song, that "Get Up, Bitch, and Get Going." One of the
Yes, I was even going to play that. I was totally. I played that for my son yesterday because I wanted him to get out of bed.
It's so like that inappropriate song that you know what I'm talking about.
This one, I have it queued up and ready. I have it queued up and ready.
That's what it reminded me of. Did I just read? That's what it reminded me of. Did I just read your mind? Mind?
Well, you read it, but you read it like a day late.
Really? Okay. That's so weird.
But yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I heard it too. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. It's her saying all the get up, get. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they should auto tune her. That's our vice president, everybody.
Okay, so switching gears a little bit, inflation numbers came out, not yesterday, was the day before yesterday or yesterday? It was bad, you guys. We're talking 9.1% year over year. And so naturally, even though the White House was expecting that it was going to be really bad, I don't even think they expected it would be that bad.
The highest in 41 years. The highest.
Yeah. the highest. And so the spin now includes a couple of different things, right? Like there's the White House advisors and economic advisors and all that. They are out en masse on all the different talk shows talking about this. And so they are, I'll just, you know what? I'm just going to play the videos because even Jake Tapper is starting to be like, come on, you guys. So here's one of the advisors talking to Jake Tapper about tools in the toolkit. And this is why we make fun of that all the time. They're talking about the tools in the toolkit. And Jake Tapper is like, really? Watch.
And we understand it would have at least a modest effect on price levels. But the president is reviewing the tariffs. It is complicated. It's part of our relationship with China. It's part of a geopolitical decision making. But it is part of the tools that the president is considering deploying at this time.
I just feel like every month, one of you nice people from the White House comes on the show to talk about inflation, and you talk about these tools in the president's toolkit, and you don't use them. You don't use these tools. There's debating and discussing going on, and meanwhile, prices are still going up.
Look,
So he's calling her on her bull crap. Cecilia kind of doesn't she remind you of a meerkat? Doesn't she look kind of like a meerkat? Is it just
because of the way that she turns like her whole body?
Yeah, she just sort of looks like she's, so she kind of reminds me of, I don't know, I just had like a vision of a meerkat when she came on. But anyways, he's totally calling her out. But I mean, don't you think that's a little bit late? I feel like they should have been doing that a while ago. It's kind of late.
Well, was it Jesse or I think it might have, I can't remember which show last night that I had on where they did an unbelievable video montage of all the times that Janet Yellen and Jen Psaki and all these idiots talked about how this was all going to be transitory. It's not going to be a big deal. Yeah. And it's just lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. And so there's nothing that they can say right now that has any credibility whatsoever. But the worst part is that they're now suggesting that what we need to do to fix this is to spend more. And I cannot even believe that they're going there. Look at this.
Saying more spending is the answer?
I'm saying more investment is the answer. More investment,
investment
in production.
Is spending, right? And that might or might not be the solution, but past spending efforts have not really helped this. It's actually worsened it, right?
This is Democrats. I'm not shocked by this at all. That's the only thing that Democrats know how to do is to spend money. That's it. That's all they know how to do, Mock. Yeah, this is it. I think that because they were talking about doing another, like a mini Build Back Better. I saw that the other day and I was just like, look, because the first one worked so well. Right. You idiots. Give me a break. I just can't with these people. But then there are people, we always say, there are people out there that think this is a great idea. People think that spending is the way, right? People think that free crap is the way. There are people that think that this is an actual solution to the problem. Meanwhile, we are literally careening off a cliff. This is what we are doing. We are on the way to being Sri Lanka or Venezuela. We are on our way. Wake up, America.
And their
open your eyes.
Their answer is just like it is for boosters, right? The shots and then the second shot, well, that didn't do the trick. So you know what? Here's a third shot. Oh, that didn't work. Let's give it a fourth shot. That's how they look at spending too. It's the same thing. Let's do
people
more
take it.
It hasn't worked.
Yeah. And there are people lining up, pulling their pants down to get the shot. You know what I mean? Like, yes, sir, may I have another? This is the thing. That's the thing. They're always willing idiots that are standing by, waiting to do it, and then putting their hands out and giving them the money, like willingly voting for these morons and then turning over their money. Now, granted, we're obviously in that bucket of people who have to give them our money. I didn't vote for these yahoos. But I have to hand over my money. And it is so painful to watch this because I'm just like, they're just setting it on fire. It's just set on fire every day.
Yeah.
And I know that there's so many people that agree. It's like, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Yeah.
All right. So that's what's happening with inflation. Last little clip I wanted to get to is unrelated, but it's still important. You're probably seeing a lot of video right now of what's happening at the southern border. It is freaking out of control. Now, I had this thought yesterday because a lot of these crossings are happening across the river, right? And so the videos that we're seeing a lot of are hundreds of people crossing over the shallowest part of the Rio to get to our side of the border. And it is extraordinary. Like the flow of people just never, ever stops. And so I was thinking last night, and I tweeted this too. Why can't we just release piranhas into the river? I'm not joking. Why can't we just release piranhas and alligators?
Listen, the reason that we can't is because look at what happened to those Border Patrol agents that actually just were on horseback, and they didn't even whip those guys. And it was proven that they didn't whip those guys, but they still were suspended. They still were suspended because, Kamala and all these other people, Joe Biden, all these other people were just like, they whipped them. No, they didn't actually. They didn't whip them. That's why you can't release piranhas, is because, it's mean. We got to protect the illegals, right? I mean, this is what we do.
But I'm saying
country.
Put them in there so that they don't come, so
It
that they
deters them.
tell them, we're not going to surprise them by making them get eaten by piranhas. I'm saying make a huge production out of it, blast it on every television station across the world and say, look, now this whole area filled with piranhas and alligators, so you do not want to come. I guarantee you people are not going to walk through piranha infested water.
I totally hear you, but they'll still make it about the people. They'll still make it about those people wanting to cross, and it's just too mean, Mock, because that would be something that was because it was something, they'll make it about how it's it was like man-made and man put them there, and then it's us. It's like the horrible white man put them there, and that's just terrible, and you can't do that. You can't do it. It's like, because it's mean. It's just mean to all the people wanting to cross illegally, into our country. Meanwhile,
well, then I'm out of ideas. I'm out.
Listen, I hear you. Like a great idea would be to just, I don't know, build a freaking wall. This is the thing. I don't know, but I agree with you. I think it would be a great idea to put piranhas in there and to deter people from crossing. But the problem, or just to enforce our laws, finally enforce laws. What is the problem with enforcing a law? I don't know. If I run a stop sign, I get a ticket. So why is it that people crossing the border don't have to follow the laws? I don't know why some laws are okay to be enforced and then some laws aren't. Why is it that those people are exempt from following the law, but yet I have to pay my taxes? What the hell? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I heard the other day that the city of Houston, the population of the city of Houston is what's coming here. And I think it's a year or something like that. That is outrageous, you guys. It's unsustainable. I don't think people understand the magnitude of the problem that is on our southern border. It is, people just don't get it. They just don't. It's not even just people are crossing the border and it's a population issue. We're talking about health issues. We're talking about jobs. We're talking about fentanyl crossing the border.
And we're talking about people who rape 10-year-olds.
Right. We're talking about people who rape 10-year-olds. And then we're also talking about the biggest killer between the ages of 18 and 40 is fentanyl right now. No one ever talks about that. No one cares. It's this is something that's, of course, because journalism. And so we're not hearing about that. I mean, there's so many issues that are stemming from what's happening at the southern border. This administration doesn't give a crap, and people aren't talking about it because journalists are completely irresponsible. The only network that ever talks about it is Fox. I mean,
and that's exactly what I'm going to show you next is Bill Maloogian with his fabulous hair, his 6 foot high, glorious locks. Best hair on the planet. So he obviously does a lot of reporting from the border. And the reason I'm showing you just this clip, and I should make note that the person that you're going to hear at the end of the clip is one of several examples of border crossers who were asked, hey, what do you think about President Biden? And so this is just one example, but you'll get the gist.
single adult men, again from Venezuela, Cuba, and Colombia. This time, Texas soldiers and Texas DPS troopers were there to scoop them up as part of Texas Governor Greg Abbott's new executive order. But we had a chance to talk to some of these migrants from Venezuela, and they are thanking President Biden. Take a listen.
He's a good president with so much help that he's given us. It's been very difficult what's happened to us. Our trip has been very hard. Thank God we're here. We thank you for receiving us and treating us well.
Their trip has been hard. They look great. Okay.
Right.
They don't look like they've been through any kind of hard. They all look very well put together. All of them.
No, I totally agree. It's just, it's like, and you think about all the people that do this legally and they're watching that and they're like, you got to be freaking kidding me with this. Your trip has been hard. Meanwhile, I've waited 4 years to get into this country legally. Screw you.
And paid money.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And done the right things and taken the tests and done everything that I need to do. And I've done it legally and I've waited and I've done all the right. I mean, it's like, can you imagine how they feel when they see that bull crap? It's like, they're just probably flipping off the TV going, you know what? You just cut in line and did it illegally. And you're thanking the president who's supposed to be securing the border. He doesn't do his job. He's breaking the law.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how dare you? It's all just, it's unbelievable. Democrats suck. They just suck.
Well, again, I feel like because Biden has such a giant welcome mat laid out for all these people, we need to counteract it with piranhas. That's all I'm saying.
I hear
What's
you.
in your sack of whack?
I totally hear you. Oh my God, what is happening? Okay, let me see. Something's going on with my computer. All right, my sack of whack. My sack of whack is kind of, I wanted it to be sort of funny today because there's all sorts of stuff going on. And yesterday was such a crappy day. So I made it about Gen Z and how Gen Z women are saying that the siren gaze can trick horny men into getting whatever you want. And so there's a
siren gaze.
They're taking over. So there's this thing called the siren gaze. There, I figured you would know about this because you're a TikToker, but they're taking over TikTok with the siren gaze trend, where women are claiming that a slight turn up of their lips is what seals the deal with potential partners. Okay.
Am I doing it?
So
is this it?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not just that. It's not just that. We look like we're like dogs that are like gnarling and growling at each other. Okay, so there's a way to do it. Apparently it comes from some star of the show Euphoria, which that show is horrific. I've heard, like, it's basically about drugs. But let me see if I can, because please use this with caution as it could induce obsession. Being a siren is a lifestyle and seduction is about the energy that you exude. So there's a picture that I sent you. It's in your thing. It's from the New York Post. You can actually show one of the pictures, but I can tell you how to do it. So hold on.
Yeah, tell me how.
Okay, so let me see. It's not smizing.
Have you practiced? Do you know how to do it?
It's like I think, hold on, now I need to find exactly how to do it. Dang it, I can't find it. Okay, I think it's, dang it, where is it? I had it in front, okay, so it's like you, hold on,
I'm
I gotta
seeing
find
like video clips, but I'm not seeing, is it just bedroom eyes? Is that what they're just making this a whole...
No, you elevate your eyebrows. Okay, here we go. You elevate your eyebrows. Okay, you got it. So I gotta take my glasses off because then I look like I'm obviously 50. Okay, elevate your eyebrows, narrow your eyes, open your mouth. Okay, hold on. Open your mouth slightly as if in a breath of pleasure, and that's it.
What?
Hold on. That's it. That's your siren gaze. Research has shown that all the women out there doing it, all the women need to do that.
Doing it?
These are the 3 steps. Elevate your eyebrows, narrow your eyes, doe eyes is what they're called.
I don't know how to do that.
And open your mouth slightly as if in a breath of pleasure. Research has shown that this expression that basically is shown before women have the big O. This is what men's brain pick up subconsciously. And apparently this will make men give you everything that you want. I'm going to do this to my husband. Okay. I'm going to elevate my eyebrows, narrow my eyes, and then go and do that to my husband. My husband's gonna be like, "Are you having a stroke? Are you?"
Mine will be like, "Are you constipated? What's happening here? What's going on?"
Like, what is wrong with you? What is happening? That's what's gonna happen with my seriously. So I hope all of you.
I don't think I'm doing it right at all.
Practice this on your significant others, and then like if you can like maybe like do this with your hands or like do this, then it helps because that's what I see all the girls doing. This is they all are doing this, and then they go, they do that, and all their pictures. apparently, all the men fawn all over them. So do it and see if
siren gaze.
Siren gaze. See if the men in your life give you everything that you want.
Okay.
And report.
All right,
report
I'll try
back. Report back. Or if they say,
but
honey,
my problem is I can't raise my eyebrows and then narrow my eyes. Like those two things don't happen together.
Well,
like
I don't know. I don't know what your problem is. I don't know.
Well, do they have help for people who literally cannot do that? Like, is there a backup siren gaze?
There is no siren gaze help desk. Okay, there is none. I don't see one on here. I don't see one. But anyways, if your husband doesn't look at you and ask if you're having a seizure, I'll be impressed, ladies, especially if you're our age. But this is happening. This is happening this is the kind of crap that happens on TikTok.
Okay, but to be fair, also really good stuff happens on TikTok. So I know there's a lot of dumb stuff,
but
there's a lot of good stuff too. And I am going to show you some good stuff. And it's time for My Pillow Talks. Get your slippers and moccasins at massive discounts at mypillow.com/chicks. I want to show you this fantastic video that a pro-lifer made to expose how pro-choice people right now are making arguments for their side that we as pro-lifers actually agree with. And he does it in the best way possible. So just a reminder, there's good stuff on TikTok too. Look at this.
Pro-choice people arguing for things that pro-life people want. But let's get started. If abortion gets banned, hookup culture will be absolutely decimated. What woman would want to have mediocre sex with a drunk rando if he could potentially father their child? Yeah, a lot of us are actually cool with no more hookup culture. It's not exactly a mystery. If the number of people having sex when they're not ready to have a baby is going down, we're kind of okay with that. And a lot of us are definitely cool with women raising their standards to only a man who is willing to be a father of their child. I think we're okay with that. So yeah, 10 out of 10 idea. Let's rock and roll. Dear men in America, child support now takes in a conception. A lot of us are really excited about this one too. I guess I can't speak for literally every single pro-life person, but generally I think we want people to take more responsibility for their actions, not less, especially actions that are designed to bring new living human beings into the world. Taking responsibility for that and being forced to definitely seems like a good idea to us. So again, 10 out of 10 idea. End of Roe v. Wade means men who cause pregnancies will face more economic pain. I guess I can't say we're really happy about people being caused economic pain per se, but given that it said men who cause pregnancies, and generally that's well within control of a man, whether he wants to cause a pregnancy or not, it really seems like whether he faces this economic pain or not is kind of up to him. So if it means fewer men are going to want to cause pregnancy until they're ready to take that hit on their wallet, we're absolutely stoked about that. But besides that, I think every pro-lifer I know is much happier with men who cause pregnancies facing economic pain than unborn babies literally being dismembered alive in the womb.
Right.
Maybe that's just me, though. I don't know. Me and some of my girlfriends did a retreat this weekend to help us cope with the monumental setback in fundamental rights. By the end of it, we had moved from sad and afraid to angry. We all agreed to a pact, no having sex with any men until he had proved himself a capable provider, and until that man has signed a contract written on paper agreeing to stay with us and support us if we get pregnant. We started drafting an actual contract, and we're planning on sending it to a lawyer to make sure it's legit. At this point, I'm completely done with men who want to hook up and leave. It's high time for American men to step up. So this is marriage?
Oh my God. It's right? It's like, wait, that's the Kardashians. Oh my God. The thought.
I love that. That account is called Catholic Answers. That's where I found that guy.
Wow.
So again, there is good content on TikTok. You may have to search for it, but it's there.
Touche.
There's also hilarious comedy, as you know. This is one that we didn't get to yesterday, but I thought I definitely wanted to share it. So this is a guy that's doing a little skit. He's doing like, Ella, stop. So he's doing a little skit about the price of gas, and the price of gas, the way that two liberals might talk about it together. Okay, so that's what this skit is. It's so perfect.
Yep, gas is pretty expensive, my brother. Yep, and it ain't getting better anytime soon. And you know, it's not Biden's fault. Oh yeah, no, I know. People want to blame him, but it's not his fault. Yeah, gas is expensive all over the world. I know that. I read that. I mean, I don't like the guy. He doesn't seem like a very good president. Seems like he's not all there, yeah, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault. I mean, I know why gas prices are so high. Oh yeah, me too. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's a number of things. Yeah. It's a number. Exactly, a number of things. You know. The war in Ukraine? The war in Ukraine, yeah. Ever since Putin started this war, man, these gas prices. Yeah, obviously, the war makes gas prices high because of the price of gas. Yeah, so it's a number of things. It's a number of things. Yeah, just the current market. Current market, jinx. Yeah, it's like, do you know how capitalism works? Right? Yeah, I do. I know exactly how capitalism works and what it is. Oh, yeah, I know what it is. So there, price of gas. Crude oil. Crude oil. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, oil is so crude right now. Saudi Arabia can get fucked. Not Biden's fault. People need to stop saying that. Yeah, leave the guy alone. I think he's actually technically dead. And all these Trumpers are like, oh, well, gas wasn't so expensive when Trump was president. Like, okay, Trump also took my virginity, like, super recently. Exactly. Like, read a newspaper, educate yourself. And the Federal Reserve too. The Federal Reserve. That's federal. The Federal Reserve. I was about to say, yeah, the price of gas. Gas is also they're just making really nice gas these days. Oh, it's super nice. It should cost more. My car goes 300 miles an hour. Me too, my brother. I keep going to McDaniel's and then I'll place my order. And then I'll miss the pickup window. I'm starving. Gotta educate yourself, my brother. Gotta know your sources. What's your favorite source? Probably honey mustard. How about you? Probably Worcestershire. Ooh, yum.
I love him.
Liberals.
Yeah,
that's
liberals. Yeah, it is totally them. Totally. Right. Mm-hmm. It's that poutine, you guys. It's that poutine, and it's poutine price war. It's stupid war. God.
Anyway, those are your talks for today.
Those are pretty good talks. I mean, you really did well. Still want to.
I have to look up the siren gaze, though. I got to figure that out. I'm going to look that up.
Give me all the money. Seriously, I'm going to try it in 2 minutes. I'm going to go out there and try it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be practicing in front of the mirror all freaking day.
So. All day long. All right, you guys. It is Thursday. We're careening into Friday. Now, tomorrow is a little bit different because I will be at a hotel being swim mom. So we're going to start the show 15 minutes early because I have to be at an auditorium so freaking early that it's obscene. So we're going to start 15 minutes early and 15 minutes early. So we're going to start at 7 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Central. Oh, God. And so the show will start at 7 a.m. Eastern. 7 a.m. Eastern. Okay.
And I'll put out an Ashley Judd post to remind everybody.
Right. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. That's when we are starting tomorrow. We hope everybody, we have to bring it in. We have to bring it in. You guys bring it in. Did we bring it? We haven't brought it in yet. So you guys bring it in. Have a wonderful day. And we will talk to you at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.